Hello, welcome to today's video. I hope you're strapped in because it's probably going to be a bit of a long one. Today I'm going to be showing you the process of me painting one of my biggest ever commission pieces. I was asked to paint something by a friend. Eventually, I finished it. This painting and this process had a lot of ups and downs, I'm not gonna lie. I got really in my head about what I was asked to make versus what comes naturally for me to make in my style. The person I was doing the painting for, he had such a specific idea of what he wanted in this painting, and I got really in my head about what was his idea versus what do I want to paint. So that was fun process to work through. I literally had to restart the painting like halfway through because I got a certain amount of the way through and I was so focused on this previous vision, like his vision, and I was like, this is ugly. It's not working. There was definitely a lot of learning curves as well. I kind of felt like I was relearning to paint all over again. I was using colors that I'm not used to using. Usually my painting style is like warm colors, pretty pinks and oranges and gold and all kinds of, you know, stylized cute things. And this was like a story-driven, dark fantasy inspired piece. So I was really pushing myself throughout this whole thing. No, stop it. No. There were multiple times throughout the process where I would like sit down to paint and just look at the painting and then just look at it and then get up and leave and go and do something else because I was so in my head about it. I'm going to show you literally beginning to end. Get yourself some tea or some snacks or something. I'm sure the video isn't going to be a short one, and come along with the process with me being perpetually stressed. Okay, I'm working on the painting. I thought I would give some context while I was thinking about the context. I'm doing this painting. We have a knight. Basically, the idea is that the knight is struggling to get up the hill or the cliff or whatever it is to a castle and beam of light. And it's like his struggle with faith and his willingness and perseverance to be perfect and getting it wrong along the way, making mistakes, the shit that happens along the way before you get to where you want to be, kind of thing. It's like a journey. So I'm including things like his discarded shield, because in order to get to where you want to be or need to be, you need to lose some of what you've been holding on to. He's got his sword up. I did debate his sword also being discarded because I didn't want it to come across like he was fighting, but the reason his sword up is because it's like that like sign, that strength, that perseverance to be like, I'm gonna do the thing. There's a tree, a couple of trees for growth, you know, represent growth. There's also a little camp in the background. Let me see if I can show you more clearly. So this is what we're dealing with. And then in the background here we have a camp, and that was like, this represents like his comfort and like his familiarity and all of that kind of thing. Basically how he has to, he's left that to push through, and he's in like the tough part now. There's gonna be stars in the sky and clouds and pretty things. Everything I'm adding like is gonna be meaningful. Shout out to my brother because he is a Skyrim, Elden Ring, fiend. Like, he also can just draw figures like this with no reference, just come up with poses and action and armor, and like he's really good at, like, he's helping me choose the right armor to get inspiration from because of how I want it to come across. So I've got a mix of different things. A lot of new like anatomy learning for me personally, because I usually draw pretty flowers and silly things, but this is like more classical and like meaningful, and I don't know, I usually have like a general vibe of a concept when it's for me, and then I will incorporate things as I go along, but because I want this to be so intentional, yeah, I think I need to start painting something, whether it maybe even just the sky background, just so that I've done part of it, because otherwise I'm going to get in my head about the whole thing, because I can already feel the overthinking coming.
Llegué a tu puerta azul, con el miedo ardiendo en la piel. Me llamaste sin preguntar, como si ya supieras que estaba ahí. La noche cabe entre los dos, danzamos sobre olas de lo que sentimos. Yo contigo quiero arriesgar y vale la pena.
Okay. See? So painting, much like the way I make my videos, is just guessing. I actually didn't do art growing up, or like in school, or anything. I didn't start doing art until like COVID, and I got myself a sketchbook, and just like, that's when I kind of started a bit more. I've actually been nominated for an award, and I keep putting off doing something about it. I need to lock in today and do that, and I keep saying that every day, but I don't know why the day that I've had no freaking sleep and need a shower and whatever is the day that I'm doing the things, but here we go. I've been nominated for an award, and it is the Diversity Awards here in the UK. Awards? Silly Billy Awards? Silly Billy Awards?
Oh, I'm a right cherry. I've been using my own key for my flat. Oh, bloody hell, Silly Billy Awards. I win the Silly Billy Award.
It's the Diversity Award, and I've been nominated as a positive role model. My friend nominated me, but I have to like push it and like do stuff for it and like post about it on Instagram. I never expected Instagram to be my main platform, because it used to be absolute shit for me. Like but I have like a community kind of page on there. It's my main one. It's Jess Valentine, and then I have Jess Valentine Art. I use it as a way to post about activism for like disability and raising awareness for my disability and stuff. And usually, like, if you'd have told me a year ago, oh, you've been nominated for an award, I'd have been like, that is so cool. I'm not gonna go for it though. My long-term goal in life, one day, like not like now or in this year, but like eventually, is to change legislation here in the UK so that it is easier for disabled and chronically ill people to go to university. I tried to go to university 3 times and it didn't work, so I'm basically doing that eventually, and I've got like 9 recommendations, and basically I just want everyone to be able to go to uni, because in my head then what happens is those people get degrees and then they get jobs where they're in different rooms to where we currently tend to be hanging out, and then we can help make the decisions about things, and then that will help it. Well, to be honest, it will help everyone. I'm not overly pleased with how this is going, I'm not gonna lie. You know, made like a fire, and I need to make it glow. Be in love. So what colour do I make the tent? That is the real question.
Slipping slides out my throat. On my fly, thought I was next door. You don't smile when you get text from me. They just give you anxiety. Just so much to see the micro. Realize we hit a plateau. Cause you don't smile when you get text from me. They just give you anxiety. Going away, but it's alright though. Starting to chafe and that be painful. Happy flying, wish I'd been able to give you more and keep it stable. I don't trust just anybody. Circle time. high just like the money. Plenty wrongs, they wanna try me. Pull the rope and I've been climbing. Many times I wanna let go. I'm reminded of the get-go. Where I've been, where I should get to. Keep me close, I'll show you real.
Hi, it's me again. Thanks for watching. You made it through to the end. If you made it through to the end, can you please comment a dog emoji of some sort, preferably the little black dog that's like walking, if you have an Apple phone, yeah, that's the one, because then it reminds me of Loki. As you probably saw, Aaron had a specific vision in mind for this painting, and I slowly talked myself into thinking that he would hate it. When I gave it to him, though, one of my favourite things about this whole process, my favourite moments, and one of my favourite parts of doing art so far, like, I love giving my art to someone and seeing their reaction, even though it terrifies me. But this one in particular, when I gave it to him, he pointed out all of the things that I was like nervous about because they were like so my style. And he pointed them all out as things that he liked. And I was like,
gassed up, shawty.
I really felt like I had to do a whole learning process with this. I felt like I was learning how to paint all over again, like light and shadows and colors. Like these are, especially with the purples and the blues, but especially purple, I just never ever touch. I definitely shoved in some pinks and blues in there just because got to make it fun for me too. I had a really good time as well creating little tiny elements of the painting that was story driven. I think I definitely want to encourage that in the rest of my art. It's definitely something I learned and I appreciate so much, like in art history, because as much as I love the Impressionists, Van Gogh, Monet, I love learning about the history of a painting and like, why are they wearing that specific color in that time? Oh, it's because it showed their wealth, because that color was really hard to get during that time. Or why is that cup there? Or why has that thing been knocked over? Like those super nerdy things that you can learn when you're looking at like old ass paintings, like art history. They're my favorite things to learn about. And like, as much as I love just creating like a pretty picture, and it's taken me a long time to get to a point where my art is like in a stylized place, this was great because it helped me push a story forward. So thank you for watching. I hope you stick around for more videos. You should definitely like and subscribe. Sorry, there's just no way I can say that in a casual way. I hate having to say that, but you should, because it helps me a lot. I will be working on my art shop. Don't know why I said that weird. I'm going to be working on Etsy over the summer. Also, I'm just going to be here vibing. So if you like my vibes and you stuck around for this long, then you might as well stick around for the next one. Okay, peace out, suckers.